I hate when I break up with a chick and she wanna glow up. When I was dating you, you was a bum. All you did was wear my hoodies and Crocs. Now that we broke up, you single. Now you wanna look good. You wanna look thick for these other niggas in the street. I don't understand that. Every time I see my ex on social media now, I'm like, damn, did I make a mistake?
That's a good question. Welcome back. How are you guys doing? Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. Let's jump right into what people are talking about. But before we go, please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And to all my return subscribers, thank you. Yes, this is trending on the internet that the man asking the ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, like, what is going on? Why y'all looking so beautiful after y'all break up with them? You know what I mean? I don't know what the man expect after they broke up with their wife or divorce, have a breakup with their girlfriend or whatnot. I just don't know what they were expecting. You should not be expecting your partner after a divorce or after a breakup for her not to move on. So it is left to you for you to know what you're doing. That's why they say you might not appreciate what you get until you lose it. That's the way I see this. But how do you guys see this? Let's go listen to how people are reacting to this trend that is going on the internet. That the men are asking the women why you're so beautiful after breakup. Credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity to add our comment. Let's go listen to how people are reacting.
If you're not careful when you're in a relationship, your man can become your identity and you can spend all of your time and energy focused on them. We are nurturers by nature, so we're in a relationship, we're going to cultivate it, we're going to care for you, we're going to do all those things. And sometimes we can forget to care about ourselves like that without feeling selfish or without feeling guilt or shame because we feel like, we're trying to be a good wife, we're trying to be a good partner, trying to be a good girlfriend. And it's not until you break up where the woman focuses on herself again. And what you see as a glow up is her getting back to the woman that she was when you met her. That's why it's so important, if you want to be a good partner, to encourage your woman to continue to do the things that she was doing when she met you, to keep getting her hair done and her nails done and going to the spa. And don't forget girls' night out. She needs to be a whole and complete person. A partner shouldn't complete you. They should complement you. They should make you a better version of yourself.
I think naturally, most women are wired to be caring. Let's just face it. Go down there in the comment section and let me know if you agree with me or not. I think most women are just wired to be caring, especially when they are in a relationship. They are wired to want to just give. They are wired to want to be, just to be there. So you, as a partner, that's what I said. I appreciate the way she put it. That you, as a partner, when you see your woman, when you see your partner, you notice that your partner is letting go of herself. You, as a partner, should step in and bring her back on track for her to be better of herself. But when you just receive and you are not helping her as a partner to give back to herself, it's just a question that every partner, a woman, should be asking their man, like, what are you doing? How are you helping me to be better of myself? I love the way she put it, but let's keep listening.
I'm never dating or talking to another fine woman ever again. Because even after it ends, they're still fine. Like, why are you doing this to me? Start aging or something. Post a bad selfie, get a questionable haircut, help me heal. Like, I'm sitting here heartbroken, unshaven, eating cereal out of the box, and she's on Instagram looking like the breakup gave her more bone structure. How am I supposed to move on during her glow up? I thought we were both going to struggle. I thought she was going to post cryptic quotes and bad lighting. No, she's posting soft life, Pilates. Meanwhile, I just found a hoodie that still smells like her. So I'm blocking you from me, not because I hate you, but because your beautiful eyelashes are interfering with my emotional growth. And don't even get me started on when mutual friends post her. The caption's always something like, I'm so proud of her. I bet you are. She's glowing like she drank a gallon of confidence. She's at peace. I'm at Walmart in pajamas. So, no, I can't do this again. Next time I date, She's got to have an expiration date on her attractiveness. Let me heal him.
The way girls move on after a breakup is ridiculous. 2 hours after any girl's breakup, suddenly the girl has 3 jobs, a scholarship to Harvard, she bought a house, she already found her next man, and she suddenly have 4 kids with him. How did you heal? I see people break up all the time. 2 weeks later, she's pregnant with 4 in the same stomach. How were you healing? How did you heal?
Some men can just be funny. Is it asking, how did the woman heal? Some women just ain't got no time. They just do not have the time to be wasting around. The moment they see this one is not working, they move on. We still get some women right after the breakup or divorce or whatnot, they are still like stuck in it. But some women got no time for it. They heal and they move on. How did she heal? That's the question this guy is asking her woman. How did she heal her? And I'm so surprised that he did not figure it out.
Listen, I don't understand why the guys are so upset about this. I really want y'all to hear me out. In the first clips, right? Because this is becoming a trend. In the first clips of these women who are doing this trend, they just look like wives, bro. They're not ugly. They don't look bad. They just look like wives and moms. And then when they get divorced, they look like women who are fishing for men. Titties out, body out, looking good, in the gym. Like if you're a real husband, right? The argument that a lot of guys are using in the comment is, why weren't you like that for your husband? Real husbands really, I mean, it would be nice sometimes, but realistically, ain't no husband looking for his wife to be ripped up and gripped up year round, looking good, looking like the baddest woman. He loves her for the beauty she already has. Generally, husbands ain't tripping off of how their wives look. This trend is just showing what a married woman looks like and what a woman who's trying to impress men look like. That's it, and there's nothing wrong with it.
This particular trend is the visual representation of what it looks like to lose your spark in a relationship. Some men, because of the stress and the pain and the suffering they put you through, they'll have you losing hair and gaining weight. Some women spend so much time and energy pouring into him that they don't have any energy to pour back into themselves, and you cannot pour from an empty cup. Some of these men won't stop until they leave you physically, mentally, and emotionally unrecognizable. This is what it can look like when you've been spending years of your life asking a shirtless man for the shirt off of his back. He's going to keep tabs on you because he wants to know what's going on with you. When he sees how much you glowed up, he's going to want to come back because he wants to be with that version of you. He doesn't understand that he was the one that was draining it out of you. They don't come back because they miss you. They come back to finish the job. That ego is a nagging voice in their ear saying, how dare she think she could do better without me?
Please tell me y'all seen that meme that's like 2 days after a breakup, a woman already got $20,000 in her savings account, 5 degrees, a down payment on a house, a Mercedes-Benz C-Class. Like her life just skyrockets right after a breakup from a toxic person. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So I know why that is. It's because all the time that you spend in mental confusion and emotional disarray trying to figure out why this toxic person isn't treating you right and doesn't see your value when you see theirs, and they're not reciprocating the energy and love that you give to them, and it's just mental chaos all over the place. You're spending so much time and energy in this shit show of a relationship that you can't even focus on your passion and purpose because you're putting so much of your energy here. So when you finally cut off that energy, now you can actually put it into the shit you're supposed to be paying attention to. And that's why life goes on, baby. Let them go. That's the ball to start.
The way your life changed after a breakup is insane. Your ex be hella mad. They're like, ain't no way she got a down payment for her house. She got her own car now. She going to the gym. She getting thick. She going back to school. Got exes mad as hell because they're like, damn, I should have never messed up. It is too late, sweetie. You had your chance. They all confused now because they're like, how she looked better, and she...
Divorce was going to be the worst thing that ever happened to me, and I fear it might be the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, all the divorce girlies know. Like, the first few months, let's say 3 to 6, are horrifying. Yes. And then, like, you get to that 6 month to a year mark, and you're like, my hair's grown out, my skin is cleared up, my aura is bright, I have new friends, I'm making more money than I ever made, I'm thriving. I'm happy. My kids are happy. If you have kids, you know what it's like to feel joy again. Yeah, I don't know. I really thought my life was over, but it turns out that the over part was temporary, and life gets really good after divorce if you let it. Trust me.
You can always tell when a man is holding his girlfriend back, because when they break up.
The thing that I've learned about this is that a lot of the times, as us ladies, we go into relationships, and I don't know why we are under the understanding that in order to be like good partners, we have to give. And it's like we're pouring so much into a relationship that isn't nurturing us back. And that's when we become depleted. That's when we stop talking to our friends. That's when we start speaking in we rather than I. And it's like we stop being individuals and we start viewing ourselves solely through the lens of the relationship. And I don't know at what point we learned that in order to be a good partner, we have to be sacrificial. Because I truly do believe that like it's not until you go through the breakup that a lot of us, if we don't know how to show up in a relationship and how to show up for ourselves at the same time, we end up pouring so much into the relationship. And it's not until we break up that we end up pouring all of the love, the time, the intention back into ourselves. And that's when we glow up. That's my theory. I don't really think that like it's an intentional thing that men do, that they're like, I want to hold this bitch back, unless he's like super toxic and like actually abusive and sees a lot of potential that he literally wants to crush. But other than that, I feel like a lot of the times it's how we ourselves show up in the relationship, because we believe that in order to be good partners, we have to be like self-sacrificial. And we don't.
Nothing holds a woman back like dating the wrong person. This is why after you break up with somebody, you have the post-breakup glow up. Yes, you will be sad for a little bit, but there's a very good chance that if you lost yourself in that relationship because you had to silence yourself, you had to water yourself down, you felt crazy all the time because the person you were with was not emotionally mature and was always deflecting and gaslighting and taking zero accountability. Now, you've seen the light of day, baby girl. You aren't sitting in shit anymore. So now you're breathing fresh air, and that's really exciting for you. So do not underestimate the power of dating the wrong person and how that will slowly but surely not only erode your self-confidence, but pretty much every version of your life, because the person you choose as a partner will color every aspect of your life.
Nothing holds a good woman back like a man, and this is why the breakup glow up is such a real thing for women. I feel like women more often truly give their all when they're in love, when they're invested in a relationship. They give so much of their emotional energy, of their cognitive bandwidth to someone. They wake up thinking, what does he want to eat? What does he want to do today? Where does he want to go? Especially if they're really in love. And we naturally put other people above ourselves. It's in our nature, it's biology, because we are mothers, we give birth. Naturally, this is what happens. And truly, some of the best bounce backs I've ever seen in my friends, in my family, in celebrities, whatever, have been through a breakup, when a great woman has broken up with someone who was holding her back, and she finally realized who she was, her worth, and she kept it moving, and she grew to be even better than the person she was before she even met him. That's wild to me. Like, it's almost like you have to go through that training course. You have to go through that army training, that, you know, course of like hardship, and going through that to really realize your value and your worth, and to realize you can get up after you've fallen.
You glow different after a separation. That's so true. I've never been happier. I've never been more at peace. My skin's clearing up. My hair is growing. I don't have stress in my life that's not needed. Do you understand how powerful I feel being alone? I've gotten to work on myself. I've gotten to feed myself, to do things that I never could do before, because I always had to think of somebody else. I am 35 years old and I look the best I've ever looked, feel the best I've ever felt. And it's not about that, but I also feel it internally and mentally.
So I went to dinner last night with a newer friend of mine who's in her early 50s. And when I tell you that this woman is looking better, living better, having more fun, having better dates than like the majority of people my age, I know I'm underselling it. Like, this chick is in a full-on renaissance, and I actually don't think her case is that unusual. And I say this because we convince women to waste years, if not decades, of their lives in mediocre to bad marriages by implying that they basically have no other options after the age of like 30, especially if they've had kids. And that is quite literally not true. Not only do many women report much higher levels of satisfaction post-divorce, which totally makes sense when you consider how many of them were being expected to take on the full domestic labor burden while also working a full-time job and basically had to take care of their spouse as another child, but older women are fucking hot. Like, obviously, my friend is a sample size of one, but trust me that she has no problems adding some like truly god tier men to her roster. But also, if you doubt that older women are attractive, like take a quick glance at some of the most searched adult terms in this country. But what's really so hot about them is being at a place in their lives where they realize that they don't need a romantic partner at any cost, and they would simply rather choose themselves than be with someone who doesn't fulfill them. Anyway, if you're in a mediocre to bad hetero marriage as a woman and you think that that's it for you, know that it is not. It is lit on the other side, and the sooner you realize that, the more power you'll have.
I know you're obsessed with me.
Post-breakup glow up is one of the best things in the world if you can truly embrace it. And I'll tell you why it happens. Because especially in difficult relationships, for the most part, one partner has taken on the other partner as a project. So in the dynamic where it's the woman has basically strapped an 150-pound man onto her back. She has picked him up and she is trying to run an egg race with him. She's trying to balance her own life, the egg in her spoon, with a 150-pound man on her back. So as you can imagine, she's really distracted by all this extra weight. She's trying to balance her own life, but she can't quite do it because she's constantly thinking about this guy on her back. So when she finally decides that she's going to put down the man, not only does she not have this dead weight on her back so she can focus on her own life, but she also all of a sudden has all this availability of resources. All this effort that she was pouring into the weight on her back can now flow directly into her life. So all the books she was reading, all the effort she was putting into, his dreams, his work, his desires in life, she can now focus them on herself, a willing recipient of this effort. I think a lot of the time, women, especially in relationship, end up pouring so much effort and energy into their partner. And it may or may not be in ways in which the partner wants them to. So we're pouring all this energy in, and maybe the man doesn't even really want us to do that. You know what I mean? He didn't ask for it. We are doing it out of our own love and obligation that we feel, but it may not be something he's open to. So a lot of the time, you're pouring water into their cup, and they're like, no, I don't want the fucking water. So when you finally decide to pour the water into your own cup and you're like there and you're like, yes, give me the fucking water. It's so amazing because the benefits are so huge because you are willing to receive them. You are wanting the gifts you are giving yourself. And so you glow up emotionally, spiritually, financially, in all ways when you start pouring into your own cup. It is incredible. It is a portal. It is an amazing thing. Honestly, a breakup can sometimes be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Listen, that post-divorce glow up is real, okay? I love this comment. She says 3.5 years or months maybe since leaving my husband, lost 60 pounds, moving into a bigger place, driving a nicer car, and paying all my bills on my own. Listen, so many women be afraid to leave when they're in unhealthy and unhappy relationships, marriages specifically, not realizing that the glow up post-divorce is real. And I'm an example. Look at this face. Get into it. I get complimented all the time on how young and youthful I look, right? But what people are actually seeing is my glow and my beautiful energy. And I have done amazing since leaving my now ex-husband 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And I got a new car, never missed a day on my rent, all those things. Kids are doing good. One in college, one on its way. Like, my life is so full and beautiful since leaving my now ex-husband, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And so I get this, and I hear these types of, I see these types of comments all the time, how women are doing so much better since leaving their husbands. That, again, these are marriages that are unhealthy or unhappy in whatever way, right? And I was very afraid to leave, like, for many reasons, but I'm so glad that I chose myself and took a chance on myself. One of the best decisions I could have ever made. And so if this is you, let me know in the comments, how did you glow up?
I see a woman who was small before she got into a relationship, and then after she got into that relationship, she got big as hell. I'm already knowing it's because that man is stressing her out. Like, I see a lot of niggas want to open up their mouth and say, oh my gosh, you got big in a relationship, you stopped caring about yourself. Nigga, that's because she started caring too much about you. Not only that, when your body is under so much stress, you release a hormone called cortisol. And that shit is basically when your body is in survival mode. That's why a lot of women are walking around with big ass stomachs. That's because all the inflammation from the stress that nigga is bringing on her. That's why a lot of women walking around face big as hell like man, puffy as hell, stomach getting big for no reason. That's because of all that damn stress.
That hormones that she is talking about, that hormone can either make you gain weight. It's like every second. Why that hormone can make you just lose weight, that you will not have any appetite, that you will not even want to eat. The only thing you want to do is just to think about the situation. And the situation, when you think about it, some people just do not want to eat. So that hormones that she is talking about makes some people gain a lot of weight, just like she referenced, and makes some people lose a lot of weight. But what matter is the cause of it that has to be tackled, which is the stress. If the stress has been ignored, especially with the woman body, they might either gain weight or lose weight. Let's keep listening.
When I look at women, I be like, damn, she done gained some weight. It's because I know that nigga be stressing her out. And then you ever notice after you leave that nigga, you start to lose weight? That's because your body is no longer in survival mode. You ain't got to sit there and overthink. You not carrying around all that emotional labor. And then you ain't got to downplay yourself just to make that nigga happy. So if you notice that after you left that nigga, you start to lose weight, that wasn't nothing but your body just responding to the bad environment that you put yourself in. So ladies, if that nigga is stressing you out, just know your ass is gonna get big in that relationship.
I'm telling you, the second you cut the cord with that toxic person, and I'm talking about cut it for real, like you don't look at their social media, you do not care who they're with, you're not doing stuff to try to make them jealous, you literally give this person zero energy, you will be amazed. The glow up is instant. It's like it's overnight. Instant. Your skin is better, your hair is growing, you're more productive at work, you're breathing better, you're exercising, you have energy to exercise, you're making better food choices, you're planning out your vacations, you are looking at your retirement, you're paying debt off. Guys, I'm serious. The glow up is crazy, and it's not just one area. It's not just looking, skinny waist, booty fat. It's more than just that. It's better bank account, better credit, better. You're starting to decorate your home. You got new curtains. The glow up it's inside, it's outside, it's everywhere. It's almost like God was saying, I've been waiting for you to shed that person for real. Pick up and you say, wait a minute. I am giving this person energy who deserves none of it. They don't get another tear. They don't get another breath. It's like the heavens open up to you. The possibilities, you falling in love with yourself again, getting to know yourself again, getting to know the things that actually matter to you, not to impress somebody else or to make somebody else happy, but to actually make you happy for once. I'm telling you, it's nothing like this season. Like, I literally feel like God has opened up a new chapter in the best way, and the glow up just keeps going. People see it. People compliment you. People, what are you doing differently? You're losing weight. What are you doing? I got rid of 180 pounds of a parasite that's sucking my life force, my joy, my charisma, my confidence. I got rid of the parasite. That's what happened. So if you want to know my secret, that's my secret.
Women glow up after a divorce needs to be studied. I mean, women, glowing up is in our nature, but after divorce, the post-divorce glow up, or even if you weren't married and you were in a long-term relationship, the glow up that happens after that is insane. I'm talking weight loss. I'm talking looking like a whole different person. I'm talking about dream career. I'm talking about just physically. You driving a good whip. You over here, hair done, nails done, everything done. Glowing, growing, thriving. I have to argue if the relationship was stifling you. Who was that? Was that the real you? You know what I mean? Because as a woman, if you're with the right man, the man that God sends to you, you should be doing all of that stuff in the relationship. So if you weren't in a relationship also glowing and growing and leveling up and all that stuff, that is a clear indicator that that's not the man for you. And hear me out. If you are not growing, if you are not thriving in year 1 after a relationship, year 2, then you have to really say, is this the man for me? Because regardless if you are with a man or if you're single, again, it is in a woman's nature to glow up. So either married or single, you should be evolving. And if you're in a relationship with a man who does not give you that room to grow, that's not your man.